Hey Rangers, today we're going to be looking at Doctor Strange, the Figuarts from the Infinity War. So if you've not seen the film, go see it. I don't think this video is going to contain any spoilers, but just in case, go see the film. It's worth it. So, first of all, we have a lovely picture of, I can't even say his name, his actor's name, but we've got Doctor Strange here. We've got Avengers Infinity War, a really nice kind of gold trim here, as well as on here, of like the kind of portals. And it's basically, this says on here, is like, you know, it's SH Figuarts, it's a new standard figure series that incorporates the Bandai action figure art under the theme, showing character expression through, basically, it's just saying, hey, disclaimer! So we can see there's his portals, his kind of handlings, we've got two different faces. I'm hoping it comes with more than just those two. So here we have, it says Avengers here, and then on the back, you know, you see Doctor Strange, you see the two things. I really hope he comes. He looks really weird here, I don't know why. So we can see that he comes with a few other things here, saying the pole thing that kind of spins, and then his kind of discs, and then the time stone ability. Here we just have his hand. It just says Doctor Strange. At the top you can see the see-through, and at the bottom is just basically a code with a phone number saying ring this number. So let's open up this bad boy and have a look inside. So as we can see here, you have multiple different hands. I really like the way they've put the hands though. That is quite awesome. We've got this stand here, so I'm guessing that works with something. I'm guessing some of the hands work here where you can basically slot them in or something. I'm going to have a look at the instructions. You only come with two heads. I kind of thought he'd come with a few more, rather than just open eye and the type. But yeah, this is the portal ring thing that he has, so it's kind of cool that you can have it in front of it. So I'm guessing you kind of like just stand it up. But yeah, let's have a look at him properly. So here we go. Here is Stephen Strange. He looks absolutely fantastic. His eyes are really menacing, like they are piercing into your soul. I really like his hair. You can see it on the side, you've got the grey. But actually they've really captured his look perfectly here, which I'm kind of quite happy about. When you zoom right in, when I was focusing on him, you could see the dots where either the kind of pores, or they are literally just the dots where the paint is. I really like his goatee. I really like the texture. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but just along the side there, looks absolutely stunning. When you touch it, it feels like it's a cloak to some degree. At least it's got the texture. I really like the kind of the silver on his on the cape, and then obviously you've got just around here. It actually looks very, very like this series, or the film at least. And then underneath his kind of head, under his neck part, you can see there's more kind of like texture to his like actual outfit. And then just above here, you can see where the time stone is. That looks actually quite cool. And then when we come down to his sash here, you can see that it's kind of like attached to this part, so it's kind of painted on rather than anything. So it's not kind of free, but you can see his belt, where you can see the leather at the part. Just the way the figure is, I don't know why it needs to be kind of adjusted, but I really love the texture here. I really love the detail that they've put on this figure. I'm guessing this is just the same figure that was out a while ago, and it's just been repainted or something. So if you know, let me know down below in the comments. But when we look here, is like the detail even on his like kind of like the lower part. I don't know if this is a thing in the film. I didn't really see because I wasn't paying attention, but it'd be really kind of cool just to go back and check. If we open up here, here you can see that this looks like a pleather or a leather texture that they've put in, which again, they've not just left it normal or kind of plain, they've actually put detail to it, so you can actually see that it looks like a proper leather, and I'm really kind of digging that. I really like his gauntlets. They kind of like work really, really well. The colors, like the brown, the blues, and the dark blues work really like very well with this figure, especially also with the hands. So I'm really glad that they've paid attention to detail when actually doing this figure. When we come down to his boots, again, I'm very, very impressed with them, especially kind of on the side. Like, you even put the like little belt clip there. You can see that the blues work well with the brown, and even when you look at his shoes, like you actually feel like the proper shoes. Let's bring this back into focus at least. So I really like the fact that even on the side you can definitely see what it is. I lift up the cape so we can just get a proper look. I'm really kind of happy with that, to be honest. I kind of really like them. So it's kind of hard to see on the back. I don't know if you can. Hopefully it'll come out a lot better in post. But the back of his shoes and the boots as well look really, really cool. I really like they've got the line going up here and they've got it up going there as well. And then also you've got kind of ridges. So when you actually feel it with your fingers, actually it is outwards, not just kind of a plain plastic, and there is quite a lot of texture. So I actually think they're really, really cool. I'm going to zoom out on this one because I really like the kind of texture here. Now I thought that there wasn't much on here, on the figure at least, or in the film should I say. I thought this would have just been like a Superman cape, but I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to zoom in. I don't normally do this on reviews, but here, just the amount of time it's taken to put that in, it's on both sides, which I find absolutely amazing for this figure. So I'm kind of very pleased and happy with it. Now obviously with the cape, let's zoom back out, it can go either way. So you can lift it up, but you can also pull it out like that. So you can see there's more detail along the back, especially around here. Now these, I thought this would be like a hard plastic, you weren't able to move it at all, but also you've got the sash at the back, and even at the bottom here you've got the kind of like texture. It's just really cool. They've put a lot of time and effort into this one, and I'm hoping it's not just a reprint of the same thing again. It is actually a whole brand new figure and a whole different sculpt. If it is, let me know down below in the comments, or if this is exactly the same one. I like the fact that you can move this up and down. This does actually come out apparently, as it says in the instructions, but I'm not going to pull it out because, to be honest, I kind of like it, and it looks weird if he has this, just this on its own. But if we have a look in the next clip, we can see at the top of his head. Okay, so having a look at the figure, I've got to admit, even at the top part here is absolutely kind of impressive. I really like it's even under here. Normally I thought this sort of stuff would just be blank, that they wouldn't have anything there, especially even when we look at the top part. You can see here they've really kind of gone to town on this one, so I'm really impressed with the figure. Even the hair is kind of like styled, and again this part here is really kind of flexible, but just leave it as it is. You don't really need to kind of adjust it. Even when we look at the side, so I'm trying to get it in view, we've got his ears on both sides. Again, this is a really impressive figure. With all the heads, now again, this is not major difference that I can tell, not unless I'll probably put it on the figure, but let's just take off his head there, and let's just replace it with another one. Like, to me, there is no difference. Oh, just droppings. There is no difference to me on what sort of head that he has. Like that's it. So you kind of think that they would have done something like maybe have a Dragon Ball sort of head where he's screaming, that he's doing a different face, but there is very little difference between that one. So it just feels like, apart from his eyes being a little bit sterner and maybe his mouth dropping down a tad bit, but you can see more pixels on it, like the dotting for the printing. And that's about it, and I'm kind of really gutted, and I think this is the only drawback to the figure that I don't like. But yeah, I'm a little bit gutted on that one. So with all the videos, we do a kind of stress test to see what happens. Oh wow, first one ever to have his feet drop off. So we can see that it's on a ball joint, so we'll put that back on. I didn't realise that. So his foot, it feels really kind of like I'm really putting pressure on that one, so I don't know if it's whether you can adjust it, but yeah, I'm kind of a bit gutted on that one. Thought you could do it. So the knees bend like so. It's kind of like a bit stiff there. So these all kind of move with it, so that's kind of okay. So his hand, again, his hand just comes off really quick, easily. So it moves, hands twist around. Just be careful because it feels like it could come off at any point. So hands bend. So let's try this one. Same sort of thing. Hand bends. And then his head will literally, it kind of, you can force it round if need be, but once it gets to the kind of back, it doesn't do anything. Also, let's see the body move. So you can turn the body around, move it up and down, so that's fine. And as we know, the cape comes all the way out like so. Missile attack! But you can easily move that about if need be. Adding the kind of portal effect at the back, as you can see here, looks really cool. But I'm guessing that you could easily put it on loads of different things with different colours. So on white, it's not that great. So I'm guessing if it was black, if it was different colours, you'd be fine with it. But this wasn't too bad. The figure is fine. But getting them to pose in different ways, I think, is probably going to be a lot of fun, especially with some of the magic that he's got. So we're going to try that in a little bit. But obviously the portal effect has 2 stands and it can sit in properly, so you could easily turn around and have fun with Doctor Strange turning around and actually portaling in anywhere. You know, it's something a little bit different, and I kind of dig it quite a bit. But when you have Doctor Strange going like, "Hello, Tony Stark, come with me, or I will activate my time stone. Yeah, do it, come here." I think it's kind of cool. But again, as I say, it would look a lot better on different coloured backgrounds. When you add these sorts of effects to them, they look really cool. I really do like them. They kind of give a little bit of an extra kind of push to them. It kind of makes the figure stand out a little bit more, which I really enjoy. You can move him around, so it looks like he's just deflecting everything. Or if you kind of really wanted to span it out a little bit more there and kind of more there, you can do. And obviously when we add in the effect of the time stone, so you could say one there and obviously one there, you can see that it slightly changes the character a little bit. So you could be like, yeah, I'm gonna just adjust the time stone when it falls off, but it kind of really gives a little bit more kind of appeal to it. So it works like kind of really well. I'm wondering if there's another hand that has it. I'm just having a quick look. So yeah, I think it does. So let's have a quick look at that hand. When looking at this one, as mentioned before, like, it spins around and it's not too bad. You can obviously change it around if you want to. I just don't like those hands. I don't know why, but you can interchange them if you want. You can make them slightly different. It does actually add more to the figure, as I said, but I think I'd rather have them on his kind of like hands that have pegs rather than kind of like that, because it just looks kind of weird to me. But yeah, apart from that, not a bad figure. So Rangers, what do you think about Doctor Strange from Infinity War? Do you like the figure? Do you not? Do you think that it's kind of just a reprint? They just use the same body and everything else? What are your thoughts from it? Let me know down below in the comments. Now, I kind of generally like the figure. It's my first one in the Infinity Wars range, and I've got a lot coming, which you're going to see over the channel. I never picked up the Doctor Strange Figuarts, but I've got a feeling that I haven't really missed much in this one. The only thing I will say that I kind of was the fact, obviously, his foot fell off, and then obviously his hands, they're kind of loose. That's the only thing that I've got to say. I really wish he came with more heads. I think that would have been a thing. And possibly maybe some bigger or smaller versions of these. That would have been cool. But apart from that, it's not a bad figure. I would possibly recommend it. Not highly, but I would recommend it if you're trying to collect them all. Especially pick this one up. So I'm glad this is my first one. So yeah, so if you've liked this video, like, favorite, comment, and consider subscribing. Check out all the other videos on the channel. If you want to help out on Patreon, link is in the description down below. And as always, Rangers, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.